DKB was having so we have to talk about arguably our most underrated but important position battle that's going to be going on through OTAs, and it's one of the positions we have the luxury of taking all the way up through the end of preseason, and that's our kicker battle. We finally have two what looks like very strong candidates. Special teams coordinator Brant Boyer recently shed some light on how that position battle has been going as well, in the midst of a lack of news when it comes to some of the special teams players. So he essentially said that it's neck and neck. It's within a few kicks. We don't know who necessarily is leading those few kicks. He's just kind of left it up to it being a tie, which we should take as very good news. It hasn't come from a standpoint, the way it was worded or anything, where it's a negative position battle, where we're just looking for the best of the bunch in terms of like who's messing up the least, which sounds weird to say because I guess you can take that either way. But ultimately, Eddy Pineiro, Greg Zuerlein, two different style kind of players. With Zuerlein kind of having the bigger leg, of course, the better history over 13 seasons. Eddy Pineiro kind of having a bounce back season of sorts with the Jets last year. We're looking to see who can bring the most ability to that position. Because if we roll it back a couple of years, for one, including those two, we've had eight kickers within the last 3 seasons, and it's crazy. A lot of these people, it's crazy to think they even had an opportunity, right? So Eddy Pineiro comes in last season. He goes 8 for 8, which is awesome. And then he does 90% on his extra point attempts. Greg Zuerlein last season, he does 82.9% for field goals, 82.5% on his extra attempts. And then when you think about some of the other candidates that we had, Matt Amendola, he finished his final season with us, or at least for his career, doing 68.5% from field goal range, 93.3% on his extra point attempts. And then we have a bunch of other craziness in here. So Alex Kessman never even got to attempt any, and then he missed both of his extra points. Sergio Castillo, he went 8 of 13, 61.5%, and then an 85.7% extra attempt. And then we have Sam Ficken, who probably looked like he was going to be the player that lasted before us recently having Eddy Pineiro bringing in Greg Zuerlein. So he's attempted the most kicks at 42. He's only converted 76.2% of those, and then 85.4% for his extra point attempts. And then we have Chase McLaughlin and Kari Vedvik before that. So, we've been down and out for quite a while at this position. And when you go back and take a look at some of these games and how they panned out, we're easily adding at least 2 to 4 potentially extra wins in each of those seasons, which could have, completely changed the course of what our recent NFL history looked like. But regardless, we're here, we're there. And I think Eddy Pineiro actually has a very strong chance of being the player that comes out on top if we want to talk about having somebody that can continue to last for the next couple of years with this. Greg Zuerlein, as a kicker, we know that their longevity can span, 20 plus if they're taking care of themselves the right way. But Eddy Pineiro's a younger guy. He did have that strong bounce back season with us last year. Hopefully he continues that up. But I think it says a lot that he's able to keep up with Greg Zuerlein. And keep in mind, while his leg potentially may not be as strong, he made almost half of his attempts from 40 plus yards out, and 1 or 2 of those at 50 plus, I believe. So he definitely has the potential. But again, it's going to be a critical battle for us that we need to make sure we nail, the starter correctly heading into this season, because if the defense plays to the way we're expecting, we're going to be in a lot of close games, and we probably are going to need a lot of those quick 3-point quarters, 6-9 point quarters that'll come up. So let me know what your guys' thoughts are. Are you leaning towards Eddy Pineiro, or do you want to go with Greg the Leg and see him champion us to hopefully a playoff season? I'll catch you guys again. Let me know your thoughts. Peace.